Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of VUCA's special series that is titled 9 Women in 90 Minutes. My name is Arasia Nyawade, and I will be your host. Our guest today is a special lady, a social entrepreneur, Ms Zodwa Khoza. How are you doing today? Welcome.
Hi, Horatia. I'm good, thanks, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. Before we go into it, could you please take 1 minute to just tell us who are you, what do you do, and most importantly, who do you do it for?
I'm the chairperson and the founder of the Zodwa Khoza Foundation. We are a foundation that's based in Diepkloof, Soweto,
Okay.
and we have beneficiaries all around Soweto and Cosmo City and the Val. And what we do is we run a skills and entrepreneurial development center.
Mhm.
And at the center, we make sure that we empower our beneficiaries with skills. And as you can see, currently what is happening around us, businesses are suffering and there's a lot of challenges. And I do believe that each one of us, in our areas, in our spaces, if we are able to uplift and empower, would be able to defeat, the social injustices that are currently taking place, because poverty is a reality. We are definitely on the ground. We had started a food security initiative on the 27th of April. We launched it
Mhm.
because we were cognizant of what was growing in the community. So we also provide food parcels. There's elderly and granny-headed households around us, and those they are in need of our support. So we provide food parcels for them. But for the youth and the entrepreneurs, we provide support in terms of we do try to link them with some government departments,
Mhm.
even though sometimes it does become a challenge. And we'd like to say to government, we are there to assist them because we are on the ground and we know what is happening. And we'd like for them to also be receptive because they are sitting in ivory towers. And there's also always a disconnect because they are thinking, they don't understand the work that we do on the ground. We are there and they need to see us as a resource and as support for them as well.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us that background of the work that you're doing with the youth and the elderly and just being right there in their neighborhood where they are and serving them directly. That is very impressive. So, Ms. Khoza, I now want to tap into you as a woman. And I would like to ask you to please let us know, what does it mean to be a woman in your culture and your country today?
Yeah, I'd say because we've been given big hearts, which is a positive, but as they say, we cannot pour from an empty. You cannot pour from an empty cup, you know. But it is a challenge because we have to fight for everything. And currently, it's like there's a war that has been declared on us as women, and we do not understand where that comes from because we need our men and our boys to grow up understanding the value of the woman in the family. As you can see, we live in a very patriarchal society, where we are now coming across as if we are second-class citizens. We also want to have the seat at the table. We've got something to contribute. We're not competing because if there's no equilibrium in a society, because if one gender is oppressed,
Mhm.
there will never be equilibrium and we won't be able to assist and work with each other. Whether it's opportunities, whether it's funding, whether it's businesses, whether it's support, we are capable and we want to be seen as those people who are able to add value in society, not subtract or take away from anyone. We don't want to be men. We want to be women and stand in our power and hold our power and contribute meaningfully to society. We've got something to bring and we've got something to give to make our country and the world better.
I love that. And the two words that you said that stood out to me is competition. We're not in competition.
Mhm.
We're just here to collaborate, to have a balance. And so we don't want to be men. We just want to be respected and be honored. So, Ms. Khoza, can you please share a women's empowerment moment that's inspired you? And what was so significant about that moment?
No, the moment that I can, I can contribute is when we have an event every year on the 19th of December, because I've never ever shared that on the 19th of December, sorry, on the 19th of August, apologies, on the 19th of August, that's when my late sister, who the foundation is named after, Zodwa Khoza, that's when it's her birthday. So we have usually a women's event that we always hold that is under our banner called the Mother Circle. Okay. So through the Mother Circle, what we do is we bring, we bring all women from all sectors, in one space. And what we do is we bring whether it's opportunities, those that are in need of opportunities, those that are in need of any products, for them to understand that it's also okay for them to rest and just take it easy. So we bring speakers, we bring people that are going to tell them how to really breathe, you know what I mean, to take it easy, whether it's yoga sessions. So there's different things that we do on that day, but it's all about pouring in all the women, because we know the amount of work that they do and the role that they play in society, for them to actually sit back. And that's how we appreciate them, because that day they don't have to spend anything. We have that event solely for them and have our support and our suppliers come on board and contribute and donate stuff that's going to make their day special.
That's so interesting. There's been a recurring theme in this episode series, this series that Vuka is hosting, around Black women, African women, just taking the time to take a break, because we're always serving, we're always giving. And for you to do this in honor of your late sister and still contribute back to the community, it's extremely beautiful, it's extremely beneficial. And thank you for sharing that with us. So if you're listening, please remember that there's something happening at the Khoza Foundation every August on the 19th. Please be sure to see how, either as a supplier or just a participant, that you can be involved in that initiative. So to close off, I'd like to ask you one last question. We've spoken about women, we've spoken about ourselves, but as you said, we're not alone. How can men contribute to women's empowerment, either in the home or in society?
The biggest thing that our men, our brothers, our sons, the biggest role that they can play is that role of support, support in everything that we do. That's all that we need. We're able to do everything knowing that they've got our backs, because at the end of the day, it is hard out there, it is hard and it's difficult. When we come home, they need to be there to also nurture us, because nurturing is not only a woman's job, it's a two-way a street. So we need to be there, and knowing that at home, wherever we are out there, we're not offending anyone. They are there to support us, to uplift us. And if there are opportunities also out there, they're able to pull us in and see us as people that can add value, and also with the greatest respect, respecting that our roles and that we matter too.
Yes, I love that. Yes, support and respect. And as she said, sometimes support just looks like not going against something that the woman is doing, because now you're making that battle a lot harder than it needs to be. So try your best as a listener to see how you can support the mothers, the sisters, the women, the aunties, the grandmas in your community, and actually just be behind them, rallying for us to win together.
Yeah.
Any last words for the people before we end our session?
The only thing that I can contribute in light of everything that is happening around us, I would just like our leaders, to reconnect, reconnect with the people. They mustn't be scared of the people that they serve. Going and always being amongst the people and understanding what their grievances and worries are and fears, especially during this time of pandemic. And also to each one of us as South Africans, and Africans, we need to be cognizant of what's happening, whether it's our neighbors or in our circle of influence, in all our spaces. Let's always find out how is the next person doing, because that's how we were raised. In the spirit of Ubuntu, we are already going into Mandela Day on the 18th of July. We're also going to be doing an initiative for young girls so that young girls can go to school. We're going to be providing them with sanitary towels as well. And we're going to be planting fruit trees, 67 fruit trees. So we always have in our spaces, there is panic, there is fear, but we can be doing certain specific things that are positive to uplift our communities and to uplift our families. So we need to be present in every spaces that we occupy, whether it's in the workspace. Find out how is the next person doing, because Madiba taught us the spirit of Ubuntu. It's not a catchphrase. It's us, it's our being. That's who we are as a people. So let that Ubuntu, resonate throughout, whether it's in government, the people that serve us as well. They mustn't be aloof. They can't be sitting in ivory towers and talking to us through electronic devices. They also need to come to the ground, because if you are connected to the people, you will know things before they explode.
Exactly.
We have a beautiful country. We need to make sure that we show up for this beautiful country of ours.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ms. Khoza. So not Ubuntu as a catchphrase, but Ubuntu as an action word. So look out for your neighbors and let us be there for one another. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. Take care.
Chop, chop.